Hi, Kate.
Hi, Gretchen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
How are all your workmen gone?
Yes, they were just coming to do ridiculously silly things that I cannot do myself. So I told
Okay.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Because now they're done.
Now they're done. They would have taken
Instead
me.
of instead of on the list or the
Mhm.
list in my head.
Yes,
Ooh,
I
the
had
list in my
accumulated
head.
quite a list, and they knocked it all out in about 3 hours. So that was very satisfying for me.
Yay.
So,
What do you want to start with?
you want to start with knitting? Should we
Yes.
introduce ourselves? Should we do that?
Yes.
Okay. You want
You
to
go.
Okay, so I am Kate Daly. I have been knitting for maybe 12 years. Does that sound right? 13 even, because we've almost lived here 10.
So yeah.
Yeah, which is longer than I would have thought. I live in New Jersey, and I would consider myself a very good beginner or a very bad intermediate knitter, which I know surprises you. I know. But that, and I have a husband and 3 children, 2 in college, 1 at home. So is that enough?
Yeah. And I'm Gretchen Seymour, and I live north of Chicago. And Kate and I met a long time ago working for an insurance company. And I'm honored that I taught Kate to knit. It's still one of my favorite memories that day.
That me too.
Oh, so good.
That was really good.
Um, my mom taught me to knit when I came home from college one summer, and I told her I was finally ready to knit. And I have 2 girls, one out of college, one's in college, who I just saw and had spring break with. She and 3 of her friends. We'll have to talk about that. That was fun. And yeah, this is exciting.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's exciting. All right. So what do you have? You want to show me anything?
Yeah.
What you're working on?
Yeah. She want me to go through it? Okay. I'm going to go through with number 1, which is my eternal project. I'm going to try to hold it up.
Yes.
This is the Hands Home sweater by Petite Knit. And I am making it for my husband, Patrick, because he was great and went to Rhinebeck with me last year. And I think he finally is beginning to understand the wonder that is Rhinebeck. And he didn't pick out the yarn. I kind of found the yarn, but he said, I really want a sweater. I want you to make me something. And I don't know if I have the attention span for socks. So, or we'll have to talk about ADHD knitting, but I'm in good shape. The yoke is done. It is I'm not going to say what the type of sleeve, raglan sleeve. It's really dark. I have the yarn so you can see it kind of in the skein, but the yarn is beautiful. It is Nightshades, which you can kind of, I don't know if you can really see it, but in the name of the yarn, this one I picked is called Dashboard because it looks like black with beautiful blue flecks inside of it.
Oh, it's so good.
They're American Cormo. And what I love, the yarn is, and you're better at this kind of yarn than I am, but what word would you use? It's stiff. It'll soften up beautifully, but I'm on those, I'm going to say this wrong too, Chiago circular needles, or Chiagu, the interchangeable circular needles. And because I'm not paying attention, the cord slips out. And so it's stiff enough that nothing goes bad. When I finally realized that all those cute little stitches are just standing straight up, and I boop right back in. But it's been good. I'm hoping. It was funny. I had delusions of grandeur that it was going to be done by Christmas of 2022. I think we're looking at Christmas of 2023 or Rhinebeck, because if he goes back to Rhinebeck with me or up to Woodstock, I want him to wear it.
Has he tried it on?
No, and you know what I just got, and I should have it down here, but I don't. I just got a big thing of that fancy cord because the woman at the yarn store I went to, Yarnia in Montclair, showed me how to connect it to the circulars so he can try it on. So I think like it basically, you can't really see in this. We'll have to figure out how to show it, but it is, I'm probably on him just about at the top of his chest, maybe a little bit halfway down his chest. So we got to make sure that we are sized appropriately. But that's
Right.
where we are. But I got the cording to be able for him to try it on before he goes on his way. So that's
And what was that? Did you say the name of that pattern?
Yes, it's and I'll because I might be saying it the wrong way. It's the home. Can you see that?
Yes.
HANTHOLM.
So good.
Yeah, and the picture, he looks great in the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what it'll hopefully, Lord willing, look like when it's done. And I feel like it's like the raglan for me is very satisfying. And the other thing that was so satisfying about this was the German short rib. Like when you see that neck pop up in the back and it looks like what it's supposed to. Like, I know I'm a dork, but that to me, that never gets old. Like, oh my God, look what I just did. That's amazing. So I get a little weepy about it. I get so excited. So, but yeah, and I think I just was going around Ravelry looking for a good men's sweater.
So, it looks perfect. It looks like Patrick.
Yeah, and he's like, well, of course, every time he comes home, I'm like, look what I did. Look how big it's getting. Look how it feels. Like, there's
no dinner, but look at your sweater.
Exactly. And he'll ask me, which I think is kind of funny. He'll be like, how's my sweater coming? So, yeah. So,
he's invested.
The other thing I would say about it, it's great TV knitting because I'm on the part of the body that's just boom, boom, boom. And I just go, 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 go. Or car knitting too. It's been good.
So good.
Yeah. So that's one. That's my big thing that I'm working on. Do you have a big thing?
Well, you know what I'll do? I'm because it's petite knit. I want to talk about this.
Okay, good. Okay.
This little happiness. Have you heard of this, Kate? This is this Sophie scarf.
I've seen it all over everywhere.
All over.
Yeah.
By Petite Knit.
Okay. Oh, that's so funny that we both are doing Petite Knit.
Because she's a millionaire now.
Off that scarf, probably.
Right? For sure. So it's like, you would love this thing because you knit until halfway.
Mm-hmm.
So I had 2 skeins. This is Fiber Company Organic, which is now discontinued, but this has been in my stash since 2017.
Finally putting it to use.
It made me so happy to pull it out. But you knit, until half. So I just knit 1 whole skein.
Okay.
And then you just start decreasing. And yeah, so it's just easy peasy, but with this pretty I-cord edging.
That is pretty.
And it's very like I-cord edging, super satisfying.
Is it? Okay.
So this is fun. And I know the color, I know it's a little crazy, but
that's so funny. That was not the word I would use to describe it. It might be Gretchen crazy.
It's Gretchen crazy, but I'm kind of liking it.
It's pretty. I like it.
It's a pop on all my brown.
Okay, so let's discuss this then, because I think we might have a segue, and I want to ask you about this because I showed a picture of my while we talk about crazy. I fell into the La Bien Amie neon hole, and I went to Yarnia where she was. I was so mad. I didn't realize she was there in Montclair until like I saw it on all the social media. I'd never been to that yarn shop, which is so funny because it's not like literally a stone's throw from my favorite bookstore. So I'm mad that don't walk around much. But like with this is called, let's see what it is. Oh, it's in front, Cashmerino. And so it looks like it's fingering weight. Would this be a candidate for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then this one is the other one that I got. Like I was trying to do I do stripes? I was looking through her book, that new neon book she had. And like a lot of it's a lot of stuff. And I already have a big one that's taken my time. So I want to do something like what you're wearing. Like, could that be, I know, talk about crazy.
So pretty.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll talk about it, but I wanted to, could be your Sophie scarf could be a candidate for even just maybe using but you said 2 skeins.
Well, it's whatever you have, go halfway and then the other halfway.
All right.
If you look on, go ahead.
It's 474 yards. So it's
Right.
big.
Right. Oh, look on Ravelry because this was like sport weight or DK.
Okay.
But I that Sophie scarf, anything goes.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at Susan Anderson's, I made a bunch of those a long time ago, her just different weighted shawls that are so good too, but maybe I'll do that one, but because I'm a little bit in love with this. I wish that everybody could feel it.
Can you show that up close? Those colors.
Yeah.
Oh,
so if the best colors are right in the middle.
Yes.
So maybe I would just do that Sophie scarf and this. Just look at how pretty that pink is.
Right.
And there's blue down here. I've been loving seeing her stuff all over everywhere because of
everywhere.
But I didn't feel the need to buy the book, which is strange for me. I might be stirring. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to see my crazy color?
Yeah.
It was all I could do because you were talking about the latest Lamb Kid update, and you're like, should I do it? Should I do it? I'm like, I already did it.
Oh, you did. Look at that. I'm a bad influence on you. Ooh. Oh my gosh. How are you feeling about that?
Not good.
Yeah.
I mean, good and not good. Good to hold it like this.
Yeah.
Not good. I'm not gonna wear this.
Are you sure though?
I know.
You have for your Florida lifestyle, for summer, you might, right?
It was so beautiful. I don't know if you saw it. It's like this rainy day shawl is what it is. What they did it in. Steve West.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, as soon as I had just hit order, it was in my cart. It was on the way. And I'm already like, oh, but what else could I do? I was already searching Ravelry. What other patterns might there be? I know. So this is their Mho Mho.
Mm-hmm. So I got some of that with my shrug.
Oh, you had Mho Mho?
I have one that was Mho Mho and one that was Birdie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I like the feel of Birdie better than the Mho Mho. I don't know if you noticed a difference.
My hands are so dry from knitting that I feel nothing now.
Right? Because this is mohair silk. And I think the Birdie is merino silk. Yeah. Anyway, so, but I do love these colors. I do love them all together. So
you should try them. I think you should. I think you'd wear them in Florida, maybe on sailing trips. You would wear.
Right.
So
anyway,
you have enough of your core colors in there. It's not that it's only your.
True. I love her names. Do you love her names?
I love her names.
I mean, vintage, dial tone, buckwheat. That buckwheat is.
That's your signature color. What's the pink called? I want to know.
Pop Rocks.
Oh yeah, that's a good name.
And then this is her famous plaid is my favorite color.
Yeah, that's pretty. I'm kind of proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is you are on the edges.
But I was definitely falling for the whole thing, the whole have to have it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily want it.
I can't believe you cracked and I didn't. I'm kind of worried about this role reversal. But I did.
Dear viewers, we should just have an update here.
Yeah, that's a good.
Kate is the buyer.
Yeah,
Kate is the all-in say yes to the dress.
Yes.
Gretchen is full breaks. until prompted and pushed.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's interesting. Like, you're like, I pulled this out of my stash. I'm like, you can do that, right? Like, I just keep buying yarn, and my stash is so big, and I never will make anything out of it. Maybe I will. Gosh, like, I need an apocalypse or another lockdown to make me use my stash.
That's when we bought more.
I know. I gotta, at some point, later episode, we have to talk about organizing.
Okay. That's a good, yeah.
But here, I want to show my other Lamb Kid, because it's an unboxing. I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh, impressive.
Okay, so wait, maybe we should talk about our shrugs first, because it's shrug related.
Okay, let's do our shrugs first. You go first.
Okay, so here's mine. And I'm like, how many stripes in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And remember, I was worried that I was feeling like, oh, I don't know if I like this.
Yes.
The more you do, the better it is. I feel like.
Agree.
So, and I feel like my knitting is loose. I am a loose knitter, right? Like, you look at my gray stitches and I feel like it looks a little bit like beginnery. I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's the yarn a little bit, or maybe I'm not paying attention. The blue seems to be tighter, and I wonder, you're the expert. Could that be the difference between the Momo and the Birdie? Because I have one of each. So the blue is a lot tighter, or just denser maybe, and it could also be color related. But
yes, all the above.
Yeah, but I'm actually thrilled with it. You're happy with yours? Okay.
Let's do so. Oh, this is the Saturday Shrug. Saturday Shrug.
Shrug, yeah, by Jackie Rose.
Jackie Rose. And Kate and I both got mystery kits.
Yes.
Kate is not knitting her mystery kit though.
I'm knitting only one. Because I'm so bad. Like, I gotta change my ways. I was like, what colors is mine? I don't know, because I wind and I chuck. I'm like, I'm moving on, because I love to throw things out. So I'm gonna say the gray is kitten or stone. And the blue, I think, is lamb, or a color no longer named. Mine came with the lamb, the blue, and then a green. And the green and the blue I wasn't feeling. So I swapped it out and put gray in. And I'm happy with my choice.
It's so good.
This was just more me. But I did buy something to supplement with the green, because I loved the green. Okay, this is my big package in my evil plan.
The green was so good. I loved that blue and green. I love the blue and the gray, but
what I got to go with the green, which I think is cool, you and I talked about it. It's Girl Scout color. So here's the Momo in Armadillo. So I'm going to do that forest green. I'm mad at myself that I don't have it down here, in the Armadillo.
oh,
And mix that up, because these are fun to knit.
yes.
Yes. I am over ambitious, because the other thing I got for me and Anna. Oh, here's the other Armadillo in the Tod.
Yeah, will you show that right in? I don't know. I can't see. There it is. Thank you.
Backwards, but this is the Armadillo in the Tod, and here is the Momo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. But I also wanted to do one for my daughter, who is a Devils fan. And so I got her black and red.
Oh,
So, because if you're not familiar with the New Jersey Devils hockey team, these are their colors. So I thought, going to the games, this would be so fun. Again, will I make any of these things? We will see. Will this be in my stash for another 40 years? Probably. That's my Saturday Shrug updates. They'll show you.
Yeah, so here's how I'm going.
Oh,
We're at the same level. 1, 2, 3. Look at us, same number of stripes, Katie.
yes.
And I'm wondering how far I'm gonna go. I keep putting it on and being like, because I think she said
20 inches.
oh, it's inches. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think her pattern says, 20 inches. Yeah, repeat row 1 until shrug measures approximately 20 inches from the cast on edge.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so speaking of colors, this is like a, blue, and the brown is the Armadillo, actually.
Oh, it is. Okay.
And I started and I had like the 2 stripes and I was like, oh, don't know. And my other knitting friend Jill said, keep going. It's going to feel more balanced once you have more on there. And
Yeah.
she's right. I mean, I
love it.
I do love it. And like you said, I love knitting this.
Yeah. It feels good to knit it. And I never put it down.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's some questions.
Yes.
How are you dealing with your insides?
I'm just cutting.
You're just cutting. So you change yarns and then you're cutting.
Yes.
Weaving in?
No, I'm going to wait till I know. Well, I will.
Oh, okay.
I plan to.
I thought you meant like, nope, just cut it.
No. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
So, but no, I've been cutting, and I have to measure mine at some point because I'm so bad at what I think looks like something. But
and this is my like change area, like where you change. I'm okay, happy with my jogless stripes. Hard to tell right here.
Yeah, and I followed your method.
Oh, good.
The only place I have a wee bit of a jag is at my stitch marker. And I don't even think it's a jag. It's just where you switch colors.
Yes.
But it's weird. So I think we should talk about this because this isn't in her pattern. Is it?
She does have a link to the jogless join.
She does. Okay.
Yes. Which is what I think you're doing. Like what
I do is I knit around when I switch. And then the first stitch of the next one, I move. I don't purl it. And then I purl when I'm on that third row. But it's funny, I almost called you and I'm just like, oh, just keep knitting. It's no big deal if I did the same. Is that first knit one of the, because we were saying 12 rounds. I included that as one of the 12 rounds, the knit all the way around.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You mean that row is row 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Row. Okay.
That's what I'm doing. So yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm kind of not regret, but I want to make another one.
So yeah, so maybe I can send you all the yarn I want. You can make one.
Maybe we could do a little swappy swap, some kind of swappy swap.
Yeah. So because it is good. It's a good all these, like, I don't know if you have like fantasies around your knitting. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make this green and brown one and then I'm gonna go camping. Or I'm gonna wear this one. Like, I'm occasion knitting. I'm building a fabulous life around this shrug.
That's so good.
With the blue blazer and looks so put together. The other one's going to a devil's game. I mean, that's crazy.
So funny. That's so funny. What else do you have?
I have one more.
Good.
So when another knitter friend of ours was visiting Karina, she was without project. So we went to the yarn store and we got, this is called the Sierra Beanie that they're showing with Malabrigo Rasta. And so this was so easy. I knit it in like 1 hour. It's so cute, but I was not, because it was so easy, I stopped paying attention. Flaw number 1. And you were supposed to switch to a bigger needle after you finished the ribbing. I did not. I was having so much fun. I just kept going. So you can see it's too small. And so I bought I'm going to give this to my daughter, but this one is, I'm going to make it big, but you can see how beautiful the pattern is.
So pretty.
Isn't that pretty? And then look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, I love it.
But probably, are you cringing right now?
Maybe a little.
A deep cringe. Look at it, Gretchen. It's your worst nightmare in a pony, in a pom-pom. And I think it's beautiful. I mean, look at the colors. There's the red. It's purple. I know. Honestly, you're going to throw up a little, aren't you?
It's so perfect. So wait, you're going to give that to...
I'm going to get a black pretty one for hers because again, it'll go with her whole devil's theme.
Yes.
And I think this looks better with her haircut because she's got hair like you. Like, I'm not sure if because I just cut my hair, everybody, but with the shorter hair, it's harder to wear a hat.
Yes.
but I might do it just for this.
Right?
Because I'm a little bit obsessed with this.
It-
Even Karina, this is a friend who's probably both on the fashion left from you and I, was like, that's too much. She's like, I was like, not putting it. I'm gonna find something to do with this because I love it so much.
Oh, it's so good.
So yeah, it's a beautiful hat and it's so easy. And
And
it was
please tell me the name one more time.
yeah, it's the Sierra Beanie. And
Mm.
the pattern maker is Christy, and I'm gonna say her last name wrong. Nieves, Nieves, Nieves. And this is Malabrigo Rasta in Ravelry Red.
Oh,
Yeah, and this is a nice yarn too. It's like, I wish it, like, it's so dense. So it feels fabulous. And Karina made hers in one day. And so, and she did a really pretty, like a lavender mix. She's got a black coat and she's like, I wanted something. She's so funny. She went back the next day, bought yarn to go with the hat she finished in the one day, and then enough to make a blanket. I'm like, good luck with that.
oh. Have you ever done a blanket?
I've done all the squares. I've done the Knit Pearl Hunters. God, I got to get the name of that book and I'm not going to remember it, but I'll find it. And you do the Afghan squares. So I've made every square and I go to my local yarn shop like once a year. I'm like, I want to pay someone to put it together. And they're like, no, you need to learn to do this. And I'm like, no, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to. So it's sitting in a shoebox in my closet, but I need to put them together. I mean, it's all patterns, but I want to find, I don't want to put it together. I know that makes me a loser, but that'll jack it up, right? Like I'll get bored. I won't pay attention. It'll look like trash. So why, if I've done all the work to make the squares pretty, why am I killing myself?
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
all right, what else do you have?
All right, let's see. I have well, this is like a finished object or whatever, halfway finished object, little mitten that needs a thumb.
Oh,
This is the world's simplest mitten patterned by Tin Can Knits, which is just great. It's it's written for like every weight of yarn, from sport to chunky, whatever. Do have a little wonk going on there. It'll block right out.
Yep.
And I'm doing this with the Knit One Pray One group.
oh yeah, talk about that. Oh, I love it.
It's so good. So we this is a group that I'm coordinating at church where we knit and pray. We're doing this over Lent once a week. And we decided for this session that our prayers and whatever we feel called to knit are going to knit the rainbow. Have you heard?
Yeah.
Which is winter accessories for LGBTQ plus youth in big cities. And they have a drop-off point here in Chicago. So we're doing it for them, which has been awesome.
So great.
It's been really great. And it's the group. It's really cool. As we all know, it's so cool to knit with people. And we've built in this kind of silent time in the middle of the session for just silent knitting and to just hear the needles. Everyone has just commented to be in silence with a group is like so special. We just don't have that in our world. It's so good. It's just filling me up right now.
Now, are you doing any teaching in that group or no? Everybody there is an experienced knitter or?
Well, you know how this goes.
I was good.
As soon as I started being like, I'm gonna knit a mitten, everyone's like, well, I don't want to knit mittens. So there's been before and after kind of class,
Okay.
you know, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So it's been really, really neat. And everyone's already like, well, we're going to continue, right? We're going past Lent, right? You know, so.
That's good too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They're going to go to somebody who so needs it. So
I know.
that makes me really happy.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. So the question is, for the thumb, dark gray, or do I pull in a pop of color?
I go pop of color, but
Right.
You saw my pom pom.
Okay, I have to talk about this yarn. I am obsessed about this yarn. It is, I'm gonna butcher the name. Ikigai Fibers, Chibi Paka Chunky.
Oh my good Lord.
I know, I'm gonna show you. It's superwash and alpaca.
Okay.
It's all backwards, but oh, I'm like back to like beginner knitting days when you just want like thick yarn that's so look at me. How good are these together?
Those are so good. I feel like you're having some kind of color breakthrough. I think that like, and you picked those all out.
Yes.
Oh, I think they're beautiful.
And I picked these to go together for this cowl.
Oh, so
But
pretty.
I may switch up to a hat anyway, but I think this mitten might get a little gold thumb.
I think that would be beautiful.
We'll see. But yes, Kate, look at me.
I know, like everything that you have shown today is I would not have put in the Gretchen wheelhouse. So I'm not gonna say proud. I am delighted, I think is the right word. Delighted. Your reaction to the pom-pom though shows that you haven't fully gone to the dark side.
True colors shine.
Exactly. But you're getting your spring and your summer on, which is good.
Yeah. I think it's like a little bit almost 53, almost 54 coming out. Like,
yeah.
What am I waiting for?
I know. I know.
So.
All right. Do you want to do travel or recommendations?
Oh, let's talk about fun. Like, let's talk about recommendations or stuff.
All right. So I'm going to start with, I have 2 recipes. So I think it's important for everybody to know of the pink cookbook you made for me at some point. So I've never been, as you know, a cook, but COVID changed all of that. It was the strangest thing. Like you used to come over and worry about the health of my children, but now I'm cooking up a storm. But there are some tried and true people, and I'm going to butcher her name. Is it Ina?
Ina.
Okay, this was amazing. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's backwards, but look at
no. Well, I can read it. Winter minestrone and garlic bruschetta. And
you want to see the cutest thing? At some point, I pulled this recipe out to make for us for Rhinebeck. So it has a little sticky note that said Rhinebeck in it. And it was so cold this week and we had such poo weather that I made it on Monday night. It was fabulous.
Can you show me the cover of which Ina it is?
Foolproof. I know, because sometimes I find one of her recipes and then I can never find it again. So it is Foolproof, and it is the winter minestrone, and it has butternut squash in it, which is so good. It's not too because I'm not like, every once in a while minestrone gets too tomatoey for me. This is not too tomatoey. It's so good. So
yum.
That is the other one. And then the other one is Magnolia Table. Have you ever cooked from her cookbooks?
I own them.
Okay. I've been hit or miss with this, but her baking, strangely, is fantastic. And I had a bunch of yucky old bananas. I made what's her after, and this is volume 1.
Okay.
I made her after school banana bread. Oh my gosh. If you want to watch your weight, don't make it, because it was like, you'd walk in the kitchen and be like, here's a little bit. Here a little bit. And I mean, it was so good. And Anna said to me, she's like, the bananas are rotting. I'm so excited. We can make more of that banana bread. So
good.
So those are my 2 recipe suggestions.
I did last night. I was just had a hankering for lentil soup. And I didn't want to deal with I just wanted to pour them out of a can or the bag. Yeah. Lentils. And the Martha Stewart online free easy lentil soup recipe is really good. Just add tomato paste to it. Tomato paste and oregano. It needs a little zhuzh, but really yummy.
Okay.
And my other recipe Jim and I are obsessed with is from Half Baked Harvest. The spicy chipotle honey salmon bowls.
Oh, I have not had that from hers yet.
Oh, the preparation of the salmon is like amazing. And then it's so it's the rice and then the salmon on top. And then there's this avocado, cilantro, cucumber action. It's like the cold with over the hot. So good. My only like thing is she has you like making your own mayonnaise. I just bought Chipotle mayonnaise.
Okay.
But it's so good. So good.
All right, good. I'm gonna make that this week.
Yeah.
All right,
And
to go.
overnight oats. Are you an overnight oats person?
Yes, I will do them. Yeah.
Oh, you don't love them.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I've tried them enough to figure it out. So if you have a good one, this could be. I do. Well, this might be its own episode. Anna downloaded TikTok to my phone this week, and I regret it so much. I've lost hours of time. I have fallen into the hole. But one of the things that I thought if I didn't have, I would die, were these cute little. I can get them on again Amazon. We have to talk about the devil at some point, but they're overnight oats that come with a little spoon on the side, and they come in a package of 4. And you see all these people prepping their overnight oats in their little containers. And I was like, maybe I do like overnight oats
For the container.
for the container. Like I need another hole in my head. It's terrible. If I don't have them, I don't know what I'll do. And if you give me a recipe, you're justifying it.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I just do the plate. I just do like a big batch and then eat it through the week.
You can put it through the containers.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So with all our recipes, okay, I cannot recommend this high enough. I am buying it by the case now.
You should be clear about what we're looking at.
Yes, we should be clear. It is called the Garten de-alcoholized New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. They have a rosé that I love even more than this, but I can't show it to you because I drank it all. So should we say that we're both? What's the word?
I like to say I'm alcohol free.
I am also alcohol free, so I will use language too. And what I think part of what is so fun about us doing this together is all the recommendations that we make to each other. But this, like I've been, because, you know, we like, wine was a big thing for me before I made this decision. So I was missing it. I haven't found a red yet, and I don't know if I ever will. But this, I love. I mean, I'll put it in a little glass while I'm making dinner. And it's like, it was funny. Karina had some of it and she's like, no. But I'm like, no, this is great. And so, and the rosé, and then what's interesting is I have a sparkling rosé that I love too. But this, for you, if you like, now that we're moving into spring and summer, this is fabulous. I cannot, it makes me so happy.
Online? Are you doing it, finding it online?
Well, it's funny. They're selling it in our local grocery stores. You know how we were talking about yours finally getting a little smarter about this? I bumped into it randomly. I'd seen it online and then it was gone like that. The pink sold out almost immediately. And I got the last 2 bottles of the white the last time I went to the store. So, but Boisson has it. That store in New York will sell you it. And I'm wondering who else wholesales it. Because I said to the people at my grocery store, are you going to get more of this? And they're like, it's flying off the shelves. So
we're a movement.
I know.
We're a movement. It's happening.
It's great. I mean, you and I've talked about the mystery of the glass, right? Like for me to be able to put this in a little wine glass at night and then feel fabulous in the morning. All good, baby.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Sorry, I don't have any drink stuff to share.
That's okay.
Yeah. I was just in Florida. I was on club soda, splash of grapefruit on repeat.
That's a good one too. Big squeeze of lime. That's really good. Yeah. That's good.
It was interesting in Florida. I would say where I was in Florida, probably not as enlightened. Yeah. In terms of options on menus, you know, even non-alcoholic beer in restaurants was kind of a reach, or it was O'Doul's, and I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, well, it's so funny you say that. So we've been going to a ton of games, the hockey games, these Devils games that we love so much, and I'm going to write them a letter. I'm going to say, you guys are selling Heineken, just throw some Heineken Zero in. And it makes a difference, right? Like, so there, to your point about enlightened and not enlightened, for these guys to like, especially in a climate like that where people are having so much fun, I think they'd sell it and it would be a good choice. It was so funny. I went in and I said to these guys, and they were so young, I'm like, do you guys have any non-alcoholic beer? You know what they said to me? We have White Claw. Other guy's like, you're an idiot. It's not alcoholic. He's like, well, I wanted to give her something. I mean, it was so funny. Like,
Okay,
that's non-alcoholic.
that's a riot. That's a riot. So I
So,
guess I just saw this somewhere yesterday. Colorado either passed a bill or has a bill on the floor for whole sections of no drinking alcohol seating at all of their big sporting venues.
huh.
And that was kind of, I was like, I don't know how that sits with me. I don't know if I want to be like
Single.
ostracized.
I wonder for families with tiny humans.
Mm,
Because I mean, we like, and I'm, not drinking, but we go crazy at some of these games. Like, it's so fun. And there are people who are having a really good time. And I think they lose control of their tongues and they say words that small humans might not be. So I wonder if it's less about being segregated and
yes,
more about being a choice for families who are in for a different experience than some of these other people are.
that's a good point.
But and it's nice too, because if you're let's just say you're like you and I, we should probably say, I don't think either one of us are doing this for addiction reasons, right? Like, everything's addictive. We talked about my shopping problem, but it might be for people who feel truly addicted to have a safe space too. So
Right.
would I
Right.
say nah?
Right.
But
Right. I thought it was I'll send you the link.
yeah, I'd love to read it.
Yeah. All right.
I have one more recommendation.
Okay, good.
Book.
Oh, I have a book too.
Okay. Have you read Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt yet?
It just dropped in my Libby. I'm so excited.
It's so good. I just finished it, not last night, but the night before. And it was the kind of thing where I woke up at 3 and I'm like, I can't sleep. I'll just read a couple pages. I finished it 5 o'clock in the morning later. And it was worth it. It was good.
Oh, I'm so happy because there's been so much hype
Yeah.
that I mean, I waited a long time. Look at me. I waited a long time for that book to get in my Libby.
I know. And
everyone know about Libby?
Yeah, you should talk about that's such a good thing too, life-changing.
I'm a Libby advocate too. So an app that syncs to your library and you can just with a library card download books free to your Kindle and magazines, and it's fabulous.
Audiobooks too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, okay. So I have a follow-up for you.
Okay.
West with Giraffes.
I saw that you gave that 5 stars on Goodreads this morning. So I put it in my want to read. And I will say Remarkably Bright Creatures, I gave 4 stars to.
Okay.
But I still loved it.
So you're are you stingy with your 5s?
I think strangely, I think it's platform related. I think if I had read it in paper, it might have gotten 5. And for me on the audio side, it's all who reads the book. So I don't think I have a good organization to my stuff. But I didn't feel like I loved it, but I didn't feel like bereft that it was over. So a lot of my 5s are, I'm so sad this is over, or it made me think in a new way.
I love that. And I'm also so with you on the hard book, the physical book versus the Kindle. So I read West with Giraffes by Lynda Rutledge in the book.
Okay.
And if people don't know, it's based on a true story of 2 giraffes who are brought from Africa right before World War II. They end up in New York City. The ship they're on is in a hurricane. It's like this whole craziness, but these giraffes make it. and it's the story of getting them across country to the San Diego Zoo.
Oh, you just
And
gave me.
it's a little bit Forrest Gump because they meet people along the way of different Americana. I mean, I don't know. My good friend Missy, she's like, she's like, I just wasn't there with you, Gretch, on this one. But you know, I don't know. It's just so dear.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah,
I love it.
you're gonna like the Remarkably Bright Creatures because it is dear, and the main character is an octopus.
Done.
Yeah, and it was so good, and the octopus I think makes the whole story. Without him, it doesn't work. So it's good.
So good. All right, I'm just gonna look at look at us.
Fine. Yeah, what time are we
Yeah,
doing?
we're doing great.
Okay. So I have one last recommendation before we get to the travel blog. I downloaded Poshmark. Do you know what this is? It's an app for you to sell your clothes or stuff. I think you can sell homewares too. And I so far have sold and made about $400 of stuff that was just sitting in my closet. And this is stuff that's like,
Nice.
I done a bunch through ThredUp, but that's more like you just box it all together and mail it. And it's more like thrifting, I would say. This is more like people are looking for certain things. So I had some stuff I just wasn't wearing. It didn't feel good. I bought it on a whim. It had been barely used. And I can't get over it. People were snapping stuff up like this. So, you know what they do? They make it really easy. You take a picture, you put a couple words in, they send you the label. And so, yeah, and I just was dropping it off at the post office. And I think I sold a pair of shoes, 3 handbags, a couple sweaters, and it just was satisfying.
Awesome. I know my girls use it.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would that make sense? Is there all levels or is it higher end?
No, it's not higher end. There's higher end stuff on it, but like I was doing the gamut from American Eagle. I sold something all the way to Gucci. So like people were shopping at all levels. I wonder if people are shopping for like movies or for occasions, right? Like school plays, like what people were buying and how they were negotiating. Like the high end stuff, I was back and forth a bunch of people. Other people were like, want the sweater in the basket, here it goes. So I think the app works really well. And I think I didn't buy anything. I haven't gotten to the other side of it yet because I was just doing a spring clean out. But I
love it.
If you're looking for like to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yay.
That's the last time. So.
All right, where are we going?
All right. Well, the question is, we were talking about 2023 United States while we plan 2024.
Okay.
Is that still the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because that makes most sense.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, I think so. Because I think we're getting, I know it's April basically.
Right.
And then the question I think is, do we get on the Shetland lists now for 2024? Like, I think were we too, like, I'm good with anything. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland, Shetland. I would do
right.
Any and all of them. Let's be clear. But
okay. Yes. I say we do some good work on getting on a list for Shetland.
Okay.
It just does seem crazy town. I don't know what it's Ticketmaster, man. It's like you need a code.
Well, and what is it because of 1 week, or is it just permanent like this? Is it just?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm talking about the festival week. Are you talking about going anytime?
Well, I don't know. Like, I probably need to do some research on. I know you've looked at it way more than I have. So, because I think you were saying that houses are all rented out for the festival week, like years in advance.
Right. Right. Boy, I sent you that picture of that article, like the knitting your way through Norway.
Yeah. Should we
was
do
kind
that?
of like,
You know whose Instagram I was following was, I'm going to say her name wrong, but is it Jojo Locatelli?
hoagie.
Yeah. Is that how you, okay. Her trip to Scandinavia, I was like, ooh, that looks good. You don't follow her on Instagram?
Okay, I also need like a primer on my Instagram. I feel like I'm not seeing people anymore. Like there's some kind of logarithm thing going on with me.
Yeah,
So,
that wouldn't surprise me, but she went with her whole family and they looked like they were having such a good time. So I'm in for Norway. Should we just pick Norway and then we'll figure out Shetland later? I'm good with that.
what do you think?
Okay, it's Norway. So now we have to get into research mode.
Okay, good.
All right. So for 2023, we had talked about Brooklyn.
Mhm.
So we could talk about that. Do you want to do it around Rhinebeck? Do you want to do it? Do you have a time frame?
Do you feel like you want to go with your family to Rhinebeck though? Like I feel like that's now maybe a family thing for you.
It might be, yeah.
Yes.
But how do
Yes.
you feel about missing Rhinebeck?
I really loved my Vermont sheep and wool experience last
Okay.
year.
Okay.
So that could be another option for us is Burlington, a little Vermont in the fall action.
Okay.
We take somebody to breakfast and go, and that's all we need to see of her. And we do Burlington, the Vermont sheep and wool.
Okay. Give me do you have dates yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I don't have them.
Okay.
I want to say it's like toward the end of October.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, no, toward the end of September. September 30th, October 1st.
I'm out for that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
No worries.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because we just picked weekends with other friends to do something else. So
good. Well, maybe we just stick with our original Brooklyn.
Okay. So what we need to get back to each other with is dates.
Yes.
Okay. And then because I have good ideas for that, like I want to do the name of the place that I want to go is the Loop of the Loom, which is that Japanese weaving place where they set you up with the fabric and you just weave. Are you up for that?
Yes.
Okay.
And Kate, I have not been to New York since the last time I went to Summit.
All right. So we'll plan some fun stuff because I'm sad that you missed the opera.
I know.
And so if we can find a weekend that has good opera too, and then we'll just do all of the New Yorky things. All right. So I'm gonna take the lead on the Brooklyn piece, if you're good with that. And do you want to start doing Norway? Okay. All right.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hey, good.
All right. Look at us, podcasters.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so glad we just finally ripped the Band-Aid off.
I know.
So
all right. Well, maybe we'll end recording.
Well, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then you and I can figure out when we're doing this again.
We have no idea when you'll be seeing this.
Yeah.
If ever. All right.